Sup YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get lots of Pokemon TCG content, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Today we're going to be checking out Iron Thorns EX coming in our Twilight Masquerade set in May. And it's a very powerful new EX card. You could splash it into a future box, you could splash it into an Iron Hands deck, but we're going to be talking about Iron Thorns especially on its own unique new archetype because the card is just inherently strong. We're going to be seeing some successful Japanese deck lists, and we're going to be seeing how exactly this deck is actually good. So if you guys are hyped for it, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button, and also be taking a look at our sponsors which make this video possible. DragonShield.com for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. You can get 5% off using the coupon ZapdosTCG. There's yourplaymat.com to create your own unique custom playmat, link down below. There's PokemonTCG.com for your TCG Live code card needs. You can get 5% off on everything on the website using the coupon ZapdosTCG. And CARDMARKET.com is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. With that being said, yeah, we're going to be checking out Iron Thorns EX here. So, this is a 230 HP lightning type Pokemon. It's a basic Pokemon. It's actually super nice because we can use stuff like electric generators. So the generators could help power up Iron Thorns. Also, its attack only requires a lightning and a double turbo energy, meaning you can also set it up in 2 attachments, which is great. And it actually comes back with a very, very powerful ability. I don't even know how to pronounce it, initialize. That is going to be the ability of choice. While this Pokemon is in the active spot, Pokemon with a rule box in play, except any future Pokemon, don't have any abilities. So, anything with a rule box doesn't have an ability. Think about Radiant Greninja, forget about it. Chien-Pao EX Shivery Chill, forget about it. Charizard with the Infernal Rain, forget about it. Everything that has a rule box cannot use its ability. Pidgeot EX with Quick Search, forget about it. So initially you're going to be stopping a lot of decks in play. Also stuff like Squawkabilly EX, and it's going to be fantastic to shut down most of the cards that help set up, which is awesome. So that on itself is a very powerful ability. You might think, oh, the opponent can boss around it or use Prime Catcher around it. Well, if the deck only plays Iron Thorns, that's not gonna happen, and we also don't have Path to the Peak to shut down this ability, so that's actually pretty insane. Also, I was thinking about stuff like Gardevoir EX, Psychic Embrace, also, you cannot use it, so you shut down a lot of decks instantly. There is its attack here as well, Bolt Cyclone, 140 damage, and you can move 1 energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. So you can also set up a second Iron Thorns if you want to with this situation. It does come packed with a monstrous 4 retreat cost, but you can get that off with the Future Boost Energy Capsule. That means you have free retreat and also slap more damage. And of course, you are weak to fighting. There's not a lot of fighting around in the format currently, which is actually super nice. So the only thing you might have to worry about something like a Hoopa EX or what else is a fighting type Pokemon, Iron Boulder or something. But you don't see those very often. Also, you might think, oh, the new Greninja EX does look very promising. And that actually hits you for weakness, but not every deck has all the best matchups in the world, so there's always that one bad matchup. But yeah, fighting weakness, there is that. But this card is just that strong because of its ability. It's very, very strong, and we're going to be taking a look at some deck lists right now. Alright, here we go. The first one up on the menu here is an Iron Thorns EX deck slapped into an Iron Hands future box deck. So we already know that Iron Hands with empty very much can take 2 prize cards easily. There is also the Miraidon that can set yourself up quite easily with Peak Acceleration. And this list is actually playing some Crushing Hammers as well. So these are all based on a successful Japanese list. So we're gonna take their word for it that this actually works out. Penny is actually nice because you can actually pick up a Pokemon and then have a scenario where you have a lone Iron Thorns EX in the opponent's side, and that's going to be very helpful. Lots of Gust in this deck with, of course, a copy of Balsasaurus, 2 Pokemon catchers, and a Prime Catcher as well. And there's the Eri as well, allowing you to discard some of the resources of the opponent. So that's actually pretty interesting. So in this situation, Iron Thorns EX becomes an add-on to the Iron Hands deck, as I can see. The following is a pure Iron Thorns EX deck with a Flutter Mane thrown in there, as well as a 1-prize Pokemon. Flutter Mane can also attack, by the way, so don't worry about that in the slightest. So we do here have a lot of situations going. We have, again, the Crushing Hammer seems to be the norm. There's a Hand Trimmer. Enhanced Hammer also returns to the format, allowing you to discard a special energy. Bravery Charm gets yourself more HP. Then a lot of Eri. So this Iron Thorns EX is based upon disruption. So with Eri, you disrupt and discard some of the item cards of the opponent. With Crushing Hammer, you can get rid of some of the energies. And with them not being able to use their abilities like Infernal Rain, you will be running through Zards. That's pretty much the main key of the Crushing Hammers. You get rid of an energy on the Charmander, and then when they go to Infernal Rain, they cannot get energy. So that's the very funky fact about this. And with the Penny here, 4 copies of Penny, you can attack with the Iron Thorns, get an energy to the one on the bench, then pick the one up that is damaged and go in circles like that. There is TM Devolution in here as well, and another TM. I don't even know which TM this is, so we're going to be taking a quick look at technical. I think, is it Blindside or Turbo? Technical Machine. It's not this one. I think it's Turbo Energize, right? Yeah, Turbo Energize. Search your deck for 2 basic energy cards and attach them to your bench Pokemon any way you like. So there is that going around. Okay, that makes sense. So you have some extra energy acceleration on the first turn where you're not doing anything. So that makes sense. Definitely with 4 copies of Arven in the list. So yeah, the main strategy is clear. You want to beat Zard, Crushing Hammerheads, and then attacking with the Iron Thorns time and time again. I wonder how Charizard will adapt to this. Will they play more energies? We'll have to figure it out. There's no way to around this ability currently. You could technically put a Flutter Mane in the active position to turn down the Iron Thorns EX to then use Infernal Rain. So maybe the boost in Flutter Mane will actually become legit. There's also a Flutter Mane in this list, by the way. The following list only plays 4 Iron Thorns, so you will have a couple of mulligan situations going around. That's kind of annoying, but that with 3 copies of Eri, you can actually get rid of the opponent's item cards, like superior energy retrievals, think about rare candies, all that stuff. And with the Crushing Hammer, you shut down Charizard. So I'm very curious to be playing around with a list like this because, yeah, having, of course, an ability that shuts down all the Pokemon with rule boxes on top of a lot of penny looping and bravery charm and stuff, this is going to be insane. Also, yeah, canceling Cologne can also shut down this ability, by the way. So Zard could technically add in a Cologne to then go for Infernal Rain. Yeah, if the Cologne doesn't get discarded by the high amount of Eri. Again, Energize Technical Machine, allowing you to, of course, get some energies, and for DTE, allowing you to attack with 2 attachments very easily. The following lists, most of these lists are actually playing Prime Catcher, as we can see currently. So, high amount of Judge and the Calamity Wastelands, allowing the opponent to have an additional retreat cost. So, with 4 copies of Boss, you can trap something, slap it a little bit, they're stuck because they're not going to be able to use their powerful abilities to get stuff like... Also, now that I think about it, with the Iron Thorns here, you could, of course, trap stuff, as you can see here with Calamity's Wasteland, because most energy acceleration abilities are like with rule boxes, which is kind of funky. Again, TM Devo, probably in combination with Eri for the Chien-Pao matchup, Crushing Hammers for the Charizard matchups, and that's what you attempt to do here. So, there we go. Moving forward as another Iron Thorns EX deck, this time around again with the Calamity's Wasteland and 4 copies of Pokegear. Again, get your Crushing Hammers ready, folks, because it seems to be the norm that you're going to be playing with a high amount of Crushing Hammers, a high amount of Eri, and a high amount of Judge with that powerful ability. The following list also plays the Energy Lotto to instantly find DTE, so you don't actually whiff the attack here. There's a Roxanne thrown in here and a Lost City. Yo, not being able to use your abilities and having Lost City in this does seem very disruptive. And with the copy of Pennies here, 4 copies, you're going to be looping them, which is a fantastic thing to see. And there's also a Giovanni's Charisma, which actually allows you to discard energy on the active while you can accelerate an energy from hand. That could be situationally good. There's a Canceling Cologne in this list. I wonder what the Canceling Cologne is there for. Is that for... What do you want to shut down in the active, right? I really don't know what the Casting Cologne could be there for, because you actually could shut down. Oh yeah, I think it's there for Mimikyu. Yeah, that makes sense. You can actually shut down the Mimikyu and then go straight to it. Otherwise, you automatically lose. So there is that. So you can surprise them. We have, again, high amount of Eries, a high amount of Pennies, and the Bravery Charm, Penny looping stuff is actually super crazy. 4 copies of Crushing Hammer. This list is playing again 1 copy of Fluttermane, and then the Enhanced Hammer in here again. Again, Eries and Pennies in here. So definitely get this list printed out to test out. There's a Metagross in here, which if you draw it from the top of the deck, you can actually put it in play. And with some metal type energies in here and E-switches, you can sometimes attack with Metagross being your answer to stuff like Mimikyu. There's also some Grabbers in here and Trekking Shoes, so a little bit more aggressive, a little bit less Pennies. And also this list is playing Prime Catcher. Prime Catcher seems to be the main focus here. There is going to be that Unfair Stamp Ace-Pack card. If the opponent knocks something out, you can slap that down. The opponent will be at 2 cards. Maybe this combination with some Grabbers could be insane, but there's 2 copies of Eri in combination with Unfair Stamp. It's going to allow you to, of course, get the upper hand. Only 2 Crushing Hammers and 1 Enhanced Hammer, so that's kind of interesting. So high amount of bosses orders in a list like this, and 2 copies of Cologne for that Mimikyu. Then Lost City, Eri, Crushing Hammer. So this deck you don't want to be facing off against, because there's a lot of things that are very disruptive, definitely with Judge as well. This is, again, playing the Giovanni's Charisma. 4 copies of Crushing Hammer. That's good, seems to be the norm. Not a lot has changed here. Again, Crushing Hammer and Grabber. I think Judge, Crushing Hammer, and the Grabber. So Judge, Crushing Hammer, Grabber, and that ability of Stabilize, that ability with shutting down all the Pokemon with rule boxes is very strong. And this actually is playing a lot of energy and the Electric Generators here. So this is the first time I've actually seen one on the list. There's this very funky list with Bibarel in here and the Blood Moon Ursaluna, which can attack for 1 colorless energy less for every prize card the opponent has taken. And with DTE, you can attack quite easily. If the opponent has taken 3 prize cards, you can instantly go on the move here with that Blood Moon Ursaluna, slapping a lot of damage. And there is some counter catchers in here. Only 1 Eri in this list. And the Iron Valiant is a thing that, yeah, confuses me the most. There's of course a lot of switch outs with switch cards and 4 switches. That means you can boost up the damage output of the Iron Thorns EX to just go for 2 shots. This is another list here playing 4 Crushing Hammers and then an Enhanced Hammer on top of that, and the Calamitous Wasteland. So Lost City and Calamitous Wasteland seems to be the most popular stadiums, and 4 copies of Eri. So disruption all around. This time around, here we see a Hero Escape, allowing you to have 330 HP. Definitely in the combination where you have lots of Eri disruption as well. You're going to be able to have a good time with only your Iron Thorns in play. This list is playing an Iron Bundle, which can sometimes push a Pokemon in the active way, which can be very disruptive. And this list actually is not playing any stadiums, but actually is going for the 2 copies of TM Devo in combination with Eri. Can definitely win yourself the Chien-Pao matchup. 2 copies of Bravery Charm as well. This list is also playing 2 Enhanced Hammers. Could be nice in the mirror match, by the way, these Enhanced Hammers. This list is a full-on the Hammer mode with 4 Crushing Hammers, 3 copies of Enhanced Hammer, a Hero Escape, 3 Calamitous Wasteland, and the Ditto from the 151 set to help the reduction of the mulligans, I suppose. And then a list with Grabbers, Prime Catcher, Eri. So you get the point. These are like how the lists are consistent on. You do see, is that Lucian? I should check what the Lucian is all about here. Let's go taking a look at that. Lucian, let's go. Each player shuffles their hand and puts it on the bottom of their deck. If either player put any cards on the bottom of their deck, flip a coin. If heads, you draw 6 cards. If tails, you draw 3. Interesting supporter. Just want to build up on the hand with Chorus and Lucian. Just, I suppose. It's a very interesting scenario with 4 Pokemon catchers as well. So, how do you feel about Iron Thorns? Will you test it out for yourself? Will it be a tier 2 deck, or will it actually be better than people give it credit for? I'm very curious to be testing this out. This will be legal for the World Championship, so definitely get your hands on a couple of proxies. Get over to PokemonProxies.com to, of course, get some of those. And it's going to be fantastic to, of course, get a new set already next month with the Twilight Masquerade. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out in ridiculous ways. You have no idea. Subscribe, because we're making our way to 60,000 subscribers currently, so that's gonna be fantastic if we reach that goal. And also, yeah, here are of course the sponsors that help make this video possible. ZapdosTCG, the coupon for DragonShield.com to get all the sleeves, binders, and deck boxes you've always dreamed of. yourplaymat.com to create your own custom playmat, PokemonStore.com for your TCG Live code card needs, and CARDMARKET.com if you want to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG madness. Peace!